everybody, welcome to my channel. My name's Luisa. Are you ready for warmer temperatures? I know I am. I love warmer temperatures because I get to wear different necklines, short sleeves, and beautiful necklaces like the one that I have on today. Let me come in closer so you can take a look at this beauty. I just love this necklace. I love the beads. This necklace was made with a Jesse James Magical Mystery bead box for the month of February. The name of the box was called Farewell Tucson, and they had the most gorgeous collection of beads in shades of turquoise and reds and orange. Absolutely gorgeous. And I sat down and made piece after piece after piece. So today I'm going to be showing you all of the finished pieces that I made using the beads from that box. So go ahead, grab a cup of tea or your favorite beverage, sit back, relax, and enjoy the video. So here's the first necklace. This is the one that I had on a few moments ago, and I absolutely adore this necklace. I love the colors, they're so beautiful. It's such a bright and colorful necklace. As you can see, I used the chain reaction. I literally had to pull the whole thing apart and use the components. So I pulled it apart and connected everything back again with jump rings. But there's so much going on in this necklace. As you can see, I used multiple kinds of beads and colors. I used the gorgeous turquoise point beads, and then I used the nuggets as well. And the red, I don't know what you call them. I don't know if they're wheel beads or round beads, but they're round and they're flat on the top and bottom in a carnelian color. Absolutely gorgeous. And then the coin beads as well in a lighter peachy color, as well as the dark burgundy rondelles that came with the box. And I just love this one. This one is just absolutely gorgeous. As you can see, the focal bead is one of the ones from the two shorty strands that we received. I'm not sure the name of the strands. One of them was called Farewell to Tucson. The other one was called Desert Sunrise. So I don't know which one was which, but that's what I did. I used one of the beads from one of those two strands, and this is how it turned out. I absolutely love it. Of course, I had to go and dig out a clasp out of my collection because I needed a gold clasp to go along with it. So that's what I did. And yeah, so I love this necklace. As you can see, I also made a couple of earrings, and I used those two turquoise beads that came with the collection, but I also used a couple of very large gold spacer beads from a collection that I had purchased last year from the, I believe it's called Beads by the Pound, Bulk Beads by the Pound, and the name of the collection was the Antique Romance Collection. So I dug out some beads that were gold, and these were the perfect thing for the pair of earrings, along with the dark burgundy colored rondelles. So along with this, I made a memory wire bracelet, as you can see. Once again, I had to dig into my stash, and I pulled out some turquoise colored crystal rondelles and some reddish dark burgundy colored rondelles as well, some gold ones and some spacer beads. And I also used some carnelian gemstones along the front right by the focal, which is actually one of the beads from one of the two shorty strands that we received. So this is the full collection, and I just love it. I love the colors in this collection. It's absolutely gorgeous. Okay, here's the second necklace. Now, does this necklace scream bohemian to you? It certainly does to me. It also screams desert, Arizona, Tucson, Southwest. I mean, those turquoise flowers are so adorable. I used them, as you can see, I used them on the top tier along with the braided piece of leather. I also went into my stash, into that same antique romance collection, and pulled out a couple of beads that were in the same color family, the creamy color. So I pulled out some beryl beads, and then a beautiful, I don't know if it's polymer clay, it has some metal pieces and some stones embedded on it as a focal. So I put that as a focal on the upper tier, and some glass beads. And then for the lower tier, I used the same barrel bead that I pulled out from that collection, along with that gorgeous teal colored bead from one of the shorty strands as the main focal. And then, yes, as you can see, I've got some crystal rondelles from the Romance collection and some other very large creamy colored bicones. Now for the lower tier, I used a thinner type of leather, and I doubled it up and knotted it in a few places, and then I also threaded through that barrel bead along the bottom so that I could dangle the main focal from that. So that's what I did with that. And yeah, so I thought this one turned out absolutely gorgeous. I also put some chain at the top in an antique gold color. It's more like bronze, and used one of my lobster clasps, and it was a little bit of a challenge because I had to figure out how to connect the thick braided leather piece with the along with the two thinner pieces of leather. So I used one of those fold over crimps, the kind that has the little loop at the top, so I was able to connect the chain to that, and it worked just fine. I was able to fold over the little flaps on that crimp and crimp it down, and it worked just fine. So yeah, so overall I'm pretty pleased with this one. And of course I had to make a pair of earrings, and I used those beautiful glittery teal colored beads that came with the collection. And I also used some crystal rondelles and one of the turquoise disc beads and a cream colored 6mm bead at the top. And I was in a memory wire bracelet kind of a mood, so I made another memory wire bracelet, as you can see, and I did go into my stash, pulled out some creamy colored crystal rondelles and some teal colored rondelles, but I also used the two aqua colored beads that came on one of the strands. I used those as focals, and then I did go into that Romance collection again and pulled out some other beads to use as focals as well. And then along the back you'll see that I used those faceted dark amber, I think they were 5-sided tubular kind of beads. Really gorgeous. I just love the way that looks. And then because I love Arizona so much, and I think I'm going to retire there eventually, I wanted to put a little heart charm on this bracelet to signify how I feel about Arizona in the Southwest. So that's what I did. And then I also used one of the adorable tassels, the little petite tassels with the strands at the other end of the bracelet. So this is the full collection, and yeah, it's adorable. I love this one. Okay, here's the third necklace. It's a beautiful, gorgeous choker necklace, and who doesn't need a choker necklace for when you want to dress a little bit more casual? And I decided to use the two leather pieces that they gave us. One was in a maroon color and the other one was in a deep green color. But I also used some of my own leather cord that I have in my collection. So I did a 4-strand braid on this necklace, and then I hung all the charms off the braid. Very simple design, but I just love the way this one turned out. That gorgeous daisy, copper daisy that came with the box was just to die for, and I had to use that one as a focal, so I used that one. And then of course my favorite beads, the glass heart beads with the rose etched on them. Oh my gosh, those beads were just so adorable, so I used them as well. And then of course I used the copper leaf charms as well. And yeah, so this one turned out really nice. I love this one. This one looks it looks better on than it does on the tray. But I am going to put it on a display, a necklace display later on, so you'll see how it hangs. It's absolutely gorgeous. And then along with this, I decided to make a couple of earrings to match. Very simple earrings using the heart charm, the hearts as charms, as dangles, and then some copper colored beads that came with a box, and some daisy spacer beads as well. So this one was really cute, very easy to make, and yeah, I love this one. And here's the fourth and final necklace. This necklace is so romantic. I love the flower tassels. I love the heart charm. I love the copper colored metals. And I specifically loved putting the beautiful moss green colored beads or olivine green beads along with the peach colored beads. I just thought the combination was just stunning. So I engineered the bottom using some wire, and I attached the flower tassels, as you can see, the peach colored tassels, and then the beautiful dusty rose flower that came with the collection. And I also attached some large jump rings where the beads are, just to give it a more open and airy look. I've done that before with some necklaces in the past, and I love the effect that it gives. And then I finished it with some copper chain at the top and a lobster clasp, and yeah, the finished product is just gorgeous. I love this necklace. So along with this necklace, I also made a pair of earrings, of course, and I used some of the beads that came with the box, but I also embellished it with some beads that came from that romantic collection. And yeah, I used the copper bead caps and spacer beads as well. And then along with the necklace and earrings, I also made another memory wire bracelet. What a surprise. I just, you know, I was just in that mood, and so I decided to dig into my collection of beads and pull out some beads that I had for a while that I didn't know what to do with because of the color, and it was in that dusty rose kind of a color. So it was the perfect thing for this collection, along with some bronzy, coppery colored faceted crystals and some large copper spacer beads, and then the two orange colored, I don't know if they were wood or some kind of gemstone that came with this month's collection, and then the amber colored tube, the 5-sided tube beads as well. So yes, so I attached another one of the heart. We got 2 of those heart charms. I attached the other one to the bracelet, and the dusty rose to the other end of the memory wire bracelet, and this is the finished product. So this collection is absolutely beautiful. I think it's probably my favorite. I love this one. All right, guys, I hope you've enjoyed everything that I've shown to you. I hope I've inspired you. As always, I'm going to go ahead and come back and model one of these for you. I'm not sure which one yet. I'll have to decide, but stick around because I'm going to show you a quick lineup of all the necklaces that I made. I want to put them on a necklace display so you can see how they hang, and I'll see you in a little bit. Well, it was very difficult to decide which necklace to model, but I chose this one. I thought this one turned out lovely. I love how it looks. It's so romantic, and I absolutely adore the colors. And I may just do a tutorial on how to make this necklace, but I had a really great time working with the Jessie James Magical Mystery Bead Box. It was my first time, and I was so impressed, and I got so much inspiration with those beautiful beads. Anyway, guys, I hope you've enjoyed today's video. Please check out Jessie James Beads if you haven't done so already. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.